Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. So let's get to planning. Oh my gosh, what a week. You know, I'm a big believer in listening to your higher self, listening to that little voice that sometimes is just a whisper. Sometimes it really is just a whisper. It's not a loud voice. Um, and it's a knowing voice. You know to trust that voice. And by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's not good. You should definitely learn to trust that inner voice, that inner dialogue, not the one that tells you mean things about yourself, because unfortunately, I think we all can hear that voice sometimes, the one that tells you what you can't do and you're not good enough and, all that stuff. No, that other voice, the one that says, slow down, the one that says, take a break, the one that says, listen, you're getting your lesson right now. Yeah, that voice. I got really involved with that voice over the week. And I'm so grateful that I did. I'm grateful for the experiences. It wasn't just one, I had several, like revelation moments over the week, but um, I needed that time out, that break from making videos, to just be in a right headspace to receive it, because I've been feeling a little burnt out. Um, and I now know why. Um, So that's one thing. It's one thing to just feel that and say, oh, I just feel so overworked. I feel that. And it's like, oh, I need a vacation. Maybe that's your answer. For me, it wasn't as simple as just, well, one, I'm not saying no to a vacation, but um, it was bigger than that for me. And I'm just grateful that one, I had the time, the space, and the willingness to listen to that voice. A lot of times, people in my position who get on here on YouTube and other spaces, they talk a lot about, we're going to use, now I've used this book before, by the way, The Homebody. I love this one. As you can tell, I've used it, but I'm trying to shop my stash because I tend to, well, y'all see, I buy a lot of stuff. But anyway, I have so many sticker books. I really want to kind of use some of my stuff up. But anyway, moving on. So, or did I want to put it here? Let's see. No, here. Anyway, a lot of people in this position, spiritual, one thing I noticed is this thing about having these outer body experience. And I think even religion does that. It kind of teaches you to, out of body is better. To be, what is that thing? To be absent of the body and something. I don't know. I don't love y'all. That ain't my thing, but y'all know what I mean. Like, to have these, to astral project and have all these experiences that occur outside the body is supposed to be like, oh, see, I thought I could. Well, let's see. Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Can we do this? Oop, wrong way. No. Well, I'm trying to see if I can get this up without covering it Tuesday. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I could cut it. That ain't gonna work. We'll put it over here. Anywho, um, no, I want it down here. Um, as I was saying, because y'all see, I get caught up in this planning. I forget what I'm talking about sometimes. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going the opposite direction. I don't like that concept. I'm not comfortable with that concept of, um, wanting to be absent from your body. There's a lot of magic that happens right in our bodies. The fact that I'm using the element of air right now, um, and how it's working. Like, I could speak a spell over you right now. Nothing negative, guys. Just, but I could speak a spell over your life, something positive right now. And anyone who's listening, may you hear your inner voice. May it guide you. May it provide peace over your life right now. May it guide you to the peace that you need. Enjoy moments that make you slow down. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, you need to not worry about kind of leaving the body. There's so much that happens within us, and we just have to be willing to sort of embrace that. I'm switching books. You just have to be willing to sort of embrace that, and a lot of us don't understand that. And a lot of people, like I said, get on these platforms and they're telling you about having these experiences that basically occur outside of you somehow. And I don't advocate for that and that only. Yes, you can have those experiences, but those are not the only experiences that are considered true and spiritual. You can have other types of experiences as well that are just as profound. For instance, that knowing inner voice wasn't coming from outside. The call was coming from inside the house. I got that message because I was in tune with myself. And it's coming, if that's the inner self, that's getting in touch with your shadow side. That's learning to rely and trust your intuition. That's where that's coming from. So I don't want to advocate for you to step outside yourself all the time, spiritually speaking, emotionally speaking, because quite frankly, that's not always the move. That's not always the way to go. And I personally think that it's a little dangerous to constantly think like that. It makes you comfortable with the idea of like, I don't know, like you can't trust your own mind. I don't like that. To each their own. I know some people feel differently about this, and I'm not saying you can't have experiences outside of your mind. You know what I mean? Like when I say that, I'm thinking like people go into meditative states and they feel like they've reached, or astral projecting and things of that nature, or having some sort of like I talk about talking to my ancestors and meeting them on a spiritual plane. And I speak of going out, and I do appreciate that, and I've had wonderful experiences with that. But not but and I've also had wonderful experiences working doing the inner work, getting in touch with my higher self, learning to trust that voice, knowing that's a valid voice. That's also a valid spiritual experience as well. And here's the thing, it's not just me. We all have access to that. You just can't be afraid of it. You can't be afraid of hearing that feeling, that gut feeling. Not always in dangerous situations, but that just tells you, something doesn't seem right. I don't want to go in this direction. I don't like the way this person or this thing makes me feel, whatever it is. Like listen to that. Trust it. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. And if you do, you just know it was a complete sentence, by the way, just saying. But for me, I know that that voice actually helped me listen, not so much avoid anything this past week, but really listen. And really listening paid off because I had been feeling so many different emotions during this retrograde. I don't know about anybody else, but it has just been chaotic, emotional. The first week of Mercury retrograde, I like cried almost every day. And then I had a different type of like the past was coming up, just all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, okay, all right, I'm deal with this. Like I'm just taking it as it comes. I was like, all right, so there's that. And then I was like, okay, there's that. Then I was like, okay, the next set of emotions was like where I was last week, where it was like, okay, so now what? Like, I can't just stay in a space of, oh, I feel this way, I feel that way, and do nothing about it. Like, I'm ready to work on, well, what's the plan? What are we doing here? And that's when I was ready to listen. And that's when I received so much information on what to do next and how, and this is just about my overall life at this point. Like, I put myself out there doing some other type of work. And I didn't really feel that comfortable, but I was going to girl boss my way in. And you know what? I'm not saying it's still not a great opportunity that I might take, but I had an original plan and I deviated from that plan out of impatience. And I know a lot of y'all probably can understand that. You get to a point where it's like, dang, I'm tired. Like, it's been a year. I'm tired of waiting, for it to, be my turn, or for this thing to come together like the way I envisioned it, the way, I've been putting my energy into it. Why not now? And look at this. Enjoy where you are now. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Um, and I was like, okay, trying to wrap my mind around under like no understanding this, yes, but also accepting it as well, because I didn't really want to accept that um, I was being impatient. Typical, Aries being impatient. Like, have you met any of us who are not? The problem is, I know this. The other issue is, yeah, you can know it, but you could be completely ignoring that when you're in the moment. Like, you just kind of separate yourself for a moment. So that was kind of what I was doing. And, I'm trying to do better, guys. But that's the thing. You want somebody, if you're taking a time out of your schedule and you're listening to me, I don't want to play lip service. I don't want to be fake. It's hard for me to be fake anyway, but I don't want to do that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all all my business, but I'm okay with sharing the lessons, because we can all learn from each other. You can learn from anybody. And for me, my lesson was, you need to have a little bit more patience, young lady. That was my lesson. Have a little bit more patience, stay in a space of gratitude, and stay the course. Yes, it's hard. It gets boring. That's the other part. It gets boring. You're very tempted to jump ship into something else because you don't feel like anything is really happening fast enough. But the reality of it is, it takes work, it takes time, it takes effort to build something. And I'm building multiple things at the same time. And some things I feel like are waning a little bit. But this particular goal that I have been working on, I did the work, the spell work to make it happen, and then got promptly annoyed that things didn't move quite as fast, even though, what I asked for is what I got. I wanted the opportunity, and I got the opportunity. And that's just the thing. You gotta, when we talk about magic and things like that, it doesn't stop with the spell. You is there more to it? Is there something you need to be doing? Now that the thing has happened and it's come true, so now what? Well, how do you want to handle it? What do you want to do? What's your next plan? That sort of thing. What are your goals now that this thing has happened that you put the energy out there for? So now what? And that's kind of where I'm at now. Like, so now what? So now what is, okay, stay the course, and a new set of resources have been opened up to me so that I can move forward on this chosen path that I made some time ago. And I'm just like, okay, one, I'm grateful. Um, I'm very grateful that I didn't mess this up with my impatience. That's what I'll say. Because I was like getting super impatient and about to really put myself in a bit of a pickle, all because I just, was convinced whatever I thought should be happening right now. Now. And I think, that's probably true for a lot of us. You get fed up, for somebody who's looking to, buy a house, or somebody who's looking to, let me put that right here. For somebody who's, you want to be in a relationship, or whatever your thing is, whatever your deal is, you want it now. You're tired of waiting, seeing everybody else making it happen. Why can't that be you? I know that is something. I don't really like these things next to each other because of the color, but I've committed, so here we are. Anyway, um, and I totally get that, by the way, as someone who, again, struggles with like that patience piece. Um, at the same time, though, um, you know, we got to be honest with ourselves and be willing to. I'm actually going to use this as a tracker this month, or attempt to. We'll see how that goes. Um, attempt to be honest with yourself, be real and understand that, look, um, sometimes things don't come easy. Or let me rephrase that, because things ain't even hard. I'm over here making it something more like you will have to give your full attention and time sometimes to your goals for them to come into fruition, and for them, for the things you're manifesting to come into reality. It's not always, like that. And a lot of us have trouble accepting that because, you might be believing of the people who get on here. And yes, sometimes things go smooth. Yes, it does. But most times, there's some other mundane effort in your spell work that you're still going to need as well. And that's a tough thing for people to swallow, because they hear magic and it says, well, magic means I don't have to do anything, right? It just happens. Not necessarily. It depends on what it is what are you doing? What are you trying to accomplish? Um, that's not always the case. I think the more moving parts involved, yeah, you're going to have to do something. You want to meet somebody, but you never leave the house. You're not open to dating apps. You want to get a new place, but you're not doing anything. You're not, you're spending money like crazy. You're not trying to save your money. Like, you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. And people will sit and really scratch their head like, why is it not happening for me? I've been trying to manifest this. Yeah, you're trying to manifest, but your words are saying one thing, but your actions are doing another. And I don't like even that for myself. When I came to that realization that my actions were saying impatient and tad ungrateful, and I don't like that. I did not enjoy that part, but I was willing to face that about myself head on, and stop complaining, and instead just embrace it. Embrace the situation that you're in. I don't think I'm gonna use this. I was looking for something, but I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think this is a pretty solid week at just using just like different tones, different pinks, and a little bit of the green. I feel like I kind of got it nicely balanced a little bit, and I like the washi here. It's a little mismatch, but I'm okay with it. I like what I did here. It just adds a little bit more of that pink and that focus on here. So this is kind of cute. I like it. Little homey, but it's cute. She'll do for the week. Um, and then, yeah, the 30th is actually a holiday, so that'll be nice. Well, I don't know what I'm doing on Memorial Day, anything special. I think I want to do a little grill out, but we'll see about that. Depends on how hot it is outside, because I just can't with this heat. But anyway, but yeah, hopefully you take away just the lessons. Let's be open to one, being real with yourself. Be open to um, understanding you don't always get it right. Uh, be open to the fact that maybe, you have some work to do. No matter how much work you've already done, you might still have a little bit more work to do as different challenges and situations come into play. And that's me included. And life is like that. We should all be learning. Um, I just want to say this, if you are in on social media and you're following other practitioners to learn from, and that's awesome. I did, and I still do sometimes, so nothing wrong with that, including myself. But please know this. No one person has all the answers. They can have a lot of knowledge. I do have an extensive knowledge on witchcraft and how to be practical magic, how to practice magic, how to write a spell, how to write a ritual, how to really live a magical lifestyle. I've acquired a great deal of knowledge, and I feel like I'm very good at explaining that so that you could walk away with that information and you could do something for yourself with it. So I know that's something that I have a skill that I've honed and I'm still honing. However, we're all still having a human experience, which or not, you're still having a human experience. And if you're still having a human experience, there's still opportunities to grow, which means you need to learn, and you might stumble and you learn and you stumble again and you learn. Sometimes you might be down for the count for a bit, but you know what? As long as you're getting back up, that's part of the human experience. And take whatever knowledge you need with you, or shed whatever you need to shed from those experiences. But just keep that in mind. Please don't ever think watching anyone, no matter how fancy the camera they use in the backdrop and the voiceover, no one knows everything and has everything perfect in their life. I think you know that, but if you just kind of needed a little reminder, here's your reminder today. I don't care who they are, I don't care what they're selling, what they're pushing. They still have lessons to learn. Because it's the human experience, there's always something new to learn. So you can't know everything if you always are still learning. You see my point? Knowledgeable, yes, but knows everything, and has all the answers? No, no, nobody does. But that's all I got. So this is my little cute pink, kind of just, I'm going into this week. I kind of wanted to, one, a practical situation of me using my own stash. Grateful that I have all these different stickers. Two, I kind of want a little bit of hodgepodge because that's kind of where I'm at right now, working with what I have and making the best out of it. Get it? Do your best. All right. This wonderful life, gratitude, enjoy where you are, and then being excited about the weekend because it's going to be a 3-day weekend. All right. I'm out of here. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Again, I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. And consider hitting that join button if you want to join the Leap Taken membership. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.